I want one more. As Tim Walz's daughter had a rant where she said, Tim Walz's daughter, like the campaign kind of made her famous, so now she has like an audience. Yeah, she's always doing stuff.
She got big TikTok.
She rants that running is political and a privilege. So she has a big rant about how running is for only rich people.
That's. I mean, you need so much stuff.
There really is. Like, if you're in this kind of
I know. I mean, every fucking Kenyan long distance runner, they go, this is such a privilege.
Yeah, the privilege.
I'm so privileged that there's a fucking lion chasing me right now. That really helps me work on my cardio. I'm so privileged.
Can you think of a sport?
Literally, the top runners in the world are from the poorest places on earth.
100%. And can you think of a sport that's that it requires less?
Soccer. No.
Soccer requires a ball.
Yeah. No.
And like a big
and cleats.
You don't need cleats, but you do need like a net and a ball.
Yeah. Literally, you just need shoes.
You need shoes.
You just need shoes.
I guess soccer, they say you don't need shoes, maybe.
I guess. Well, in that defense, then you don't need shoes for running.
Then you don't need shoes for running either.
Yeah, because you're running while you play soccer, so you can just run around a soccer field minus the ball.
She says, running as an act isn't political. Running is a privilege, and being part of the running community is a privilege that not all people have access to.
I mean, literally, they do.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, I guess like if you want to run marathons, like you want to like go into a like official marathon, you got to pay like $500. I understand that, but like you can just run a marathon.
Waltz probably fucking listens to all this bullshit too. And she tells him, and he probably agrees with it all.
Yeah, he goes, yeah, running is.
I can't even imagine.
That's why I'm fat.
That's why I'm fat. Just I'm in solidarity with all the people that don't have the access to running.
I mean, I guess you could make the argument if you want to make the stupid argument where you go, there's disabled people who can't run.
That's true. Sure. You can't run if you're disabled.
Sure, you can't do a lot of
But that's not the point she's making.
No.
If her point is that, running, you can't run if your legs are broken.
No, you can't.
I don't think that's just the point she's trying to make. She went on to explain some of the privileged aspects to running, which include time to run, which, again, I would debunk that over and over again, where it's like busy people actually have less time.
Sure. And also, if you're super busy, you just run from where you need to go.
Like the
places you are to the places you need to go.
No, but I'm saying like...
Remember that comic Eric Bamber?
There's sort of... What was it?
Remember that comic?
Yeah, what did he do?
He died. Remember he died of cancer? But he's a Swedish comic who he moved to Toronto for like a year or something. And he literally would just run in between spots. Like he would have a spot like 2 kilometers away and he would just take off running to them. It was so funny.
Weird.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like he'd have a spot and he'd just like literally he'd show up all sweaty and he'd just go do a spot. But he would just run. He was just literally, it was so nuts.
That is bizarre.
We always would laugh because he was like,
I don't remember him doing that though.
He would just be like, all right, gotta go. And then he would just take off down the street.
Privileged.
Yeah, privileged.
No, but that idea that like poor people have less time, that's not correct.
No, it's not. It's because I'm sure they have lots of. It's not. Again, it's like
you think Mark Zuckerberg has less time than someone spreading joy?
I mean, they have been riding the subway all fucking day.
No, I understand that you're like, if you work like 12-hour shifts, like there are people that have that, and it's like, But then again, there's people that work at Goldman Sachs that work 14-hour shifts, and then they fucking get in a pump still.
Yeah, they go 14 hours a day. Like,
and I understand you wouldn't want to, but it's like you could.
Yeah, of course. That's obviously like you can find 20 minutes to go for a jog, 30 minutes run a 5K.
When you go to like a trailer park in like a really poor neighborhood, let's say like Appalachia even, you go, does people seem like they just fucking no time?
You go, these are the fucking busiest people I've ever seen. I mean, the crackheads seem pretty busy.
Crackheads seem pretty. I think there's a vision of like the single mother that works like 70 hours, which exists to some degree. But I think that's the on aggregate. I think that.
But there's also single mothers who work 70 hours a week who jog. Mm-hmm. I guarantee it. They go, I still have to work out. Just can't let my fucking health fall by the wayside. Like they figure it out.
Yeah.
Sure, there's single mothers who work 70 hours a week who are in the gym 4 days a week, like lifting weights.
I mean, the truth of the matter is the people I know that work out a lot are actually the busiest people I know.
Yeah.
And the people I know that don't work out, don't work very much, also don't work out.
Correct.
It's because, for one, if you're busy, you want to be in better shape.
Mm-hmm.
And for two, it's like the two go hand in hand.
Yeah, usually it's just like a more of just your personality.
I think you have to sort of believe there's just like, people that are just like really have like a really crappy job and make no money or whatever. It's like you have to believe that they're just like they're not even a little bit lazier.
Yeah, for sure. And they're just victims of circumstance.
On average,
purely.
Yeah. And you go, okay, because they can find edge cases where there are, definitely, in those bad circumstances, blah blah blah. Come home from a long day, I don't want to run, but you still
my legs are broken.
It actually takes.
I broke my legs at work today.
Running takes the least time out of anything.
Absolutely.
That's why I like it the most.
Go to a gym,
dude. I do it sometimes before I shower, so it's like, you're done. If you run for 20 minutes, you're like, it literally takes 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's 20 minutes.
And to be honest, you would have, if you get up and just do it, you actually would have dawdled a bit before your shower, maybe looked at your phone for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So it actually is like taking you like 7 minutes.
For sure, I know. And again, you just have to put shoes on and walk outside.
Yeah, that's it. Walz went on to explain that some of the privileged aspects are time to run, access to funds to buy the gear.
Again,
shoes.
Yeah, you can run.
I think you have shoes.
Shoes are pretty.
Probably get running shoes at Goodwill for $10.
Less, maybe.
So they don't have shoes. It's almost like
what do they wear?
It's always like offensive, like when they talk about it too. You know what I mean? She's like, this poor guy can't run. He doesn't have shoes. The guy's like, I have shoes.
I'm wearing shoes right now. What are you talking about?
He doesn't even have shoes.
You don't have shoes to run. He goes, they're cross.
They're running shoes. He can't buy shoes.
He can't get shoes.
He's disabled. The guy's like, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not. And he goes, shut up.
He's working 14 hours tomorrow. He goes, I don't have a job.
I don't have a job. I can still find time to run.
Access to healthy quality food, so they don't have the nutrition food.
Again, you can still run.
Well, you can't run if you just ate 9 Big Macs and you didn't have a choice.
Where'd you have the time to eat those?
Yeah, well, he has to.
You can find the time to make money.
That's why he doesn't have any time, because it's a vicious cycle of him having to eat 25 Big Macs, and then that ran out, and he had to go get more Big Macs.
All right, I think I'm on her side now. I believe it.
He doesn't have. Oh, Danny takes it for granted that he can just not eat Big Macs and have shoes.
Yeah, I'm not weighed down by all these Big Macs.
And then you have 11 minutes to run.
Yeah.
Access to a safe, stable situation that allows you to be in a good mental state to be able to run.
Oh,
so you.
You're like, your environment is so bad that you can't run. If anything, if your environment's bad enough, you're always running.
You couldn't get in the right headspace to run.
Just fucking.
So that's what they.
I mean, they're literally like, how am I supposed to run? Trump's the president.
They almost were going to, and they tied up their shoes.
Yeah.
They didn't eat the Big Macs this morning.
Yeah.
They walked out their door, and they just realized, like, I'm not in the headspace.
I'm not. They saw a fucking Make America
What a luxury.
Great Again flag or something. You're like,
what a luxury to have the headspace to run.
Or running in Trump's America. Can't do it.
All of those things are hard to come by, and if you have them, you are just part of the running community. This is a privilege. So you could literally say this about almost anything in the world.
Absolutely anything.
You go, what? If running is a privilege, then what isn't?
Being disabled.
Like, what is an activity?
But I guess you could say that
does?
at least you're not dead.
Walking? I mean, walking would be all the same things.
Yeah, walking for sure. I guess just...
Bike? You got to have a bike?
I mean, being alive is a privilege. If you compare it to all dead people.
I can't think of a single thing.
Yeah, everything's...
What about like arm wrestling? Would that be something you say is not a privilege?
No, it's a privilege. Some people don't have arms.
And you might not be in the right state of mind.
You might not be in the right state of mind. You might not have arms. You might not have a wrist. Maybe you don't have wrists. Dude, there's someone out there who's like, I was born with no wrists.
You also don't have the gear, the arm wrestling glove.
Yeah, you don't have the chalk.
Can't afford the chalk.
The chalk to make your hands not slippy. Everything's a privilege.
Every single thing. So, anyways, that's what she's up to.
Stupid.